So some communities in the OR Tambo District Municipality in the Eastern Cape have been forced to leave their homes because of flooding. It's been confirmed that a boy from one of the villages in Ngxongweni near Port St. John's drowned while trying to cross a flooded river. Let's get an update now from the OR Tambo District Municipality spokesperson, Zimkhita Macingwane. Zimkhita, very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the program. Just how damaging have the rains there been?
Good afternoon to you, Temekile, and the viewers at large. The 5 local municipalities under the jurisdiction of OR Tambo District Municipality have all received reports of damages that have occurred in various communities. As a result, up to this point, the preliminary report is showing us that there's about 180 people who have been left homeless, and some 136 people whose homes are partially damaged. We have started to intervene in Port St. John's because we've identified that Port St. John's local municipality is the worst affected municipality, especially the Green Farm area of that municipality. It's a low-lying area, so houses were flooded on Tuesday, and we've had to give rescue to the people who were left homeless as a result of the floods.
I want to pick up on what you're saying about the 180 people who are now without homes. Those, I assume, are homes that are completely damaged. Do you know yet how many of them will require the help of the municipality or the government in order to rebuild?
At this stage, we are still collecting data and analyzing that data. The disaster and risk management teams are on site since Tuesday, and it's still early days to indicate how many of these people will be needing us to intervene to rebuild their homes. But what we have done at the moment, because even the community halls were flooded, so we could not even accommodate them in those community halls. They had to seek shelter from their relatives and friends, so we gave them blankets and sponge mattresses. And yesterday, the Gift of the Givers also visited the area and had given them food parcels so that at least while we are still calculating the damages and quantifying the damages, then they are able to live with the relatives.
I mentioned the young boy who drowned. Have there been any other similar incidents where people have indeed died or found themselves in serious danger?
At this stage, he is the only confirmed death as a result of these floods. And there are 3 other people who have been injured. An elderly man whose house fell on him and his limb was broken as a result of that. And there's a 3-year-old who sustained minor injuries after the house also fell on her, and she had to be taken to a local clinic for assessment. There wasn't any major injuries, but the health officials are putting her on a monitoring basis. And also a 3rd person also had the house falling on her. There were minor fractures observed. So we are still receiving reports that are trickling in, but a stern warning that we would like to issue out is that people must continue to be vigilant because we are seeing that the rivers, the dams, and the streams are still having high levels of water, and the South African Weather Services has also indicated that we are going to have a wet Easter weekend. So people must remain vigilant, even those who are driving their cars. When they are approaching bridges, they must be extra cautious and not be reckless because this can cost them their lives.
How safe, Zimkhita, are roads in the affected area at the moment? I know there were areas where you could not drive around because trees had fallen or there'd been other damage to infrastructure on the road.
Infrastructure was severely affected. In Ward 3 in Port St. John's, there's a bridge that's impassable as a result of the floods and the heavy rains. And various roads could not be accessible because of mudslides. And also there were trees that had fallen on the roads. So we have our traffic officers who are manning the situation so that in cases where we have to call even people to remove the trees or bring bigger trucks to have them removed, we are doing that. But various roads have been affected. I must also indicate that at Silimela Hospital, a part of the nurse's home was also damaged. So we're still receiving the reports, and the report that I'm sharing with you now, it's just a preliminary assessment as information is still trickling in.
And I know KZN, which is also suffering a similar fate to Port St. John's and parts of the Eastern Cape, has now had a disaster declaration from national government. Do you know yet if that area where you are may need the same?
On Monday, we are going to convene a joint operations committee meeting where various stakeholders will be submitting their reports. And once that has been done, it's going to be deliberated on. And if necessary, it will be taken to the OR Tambo District Municipality Council for a declaration, but only if there is necessity to declare a local state of disaster. It will depend on the amount of damages and how many people are affected before the council will take such a decision. Otherwise, ordinarily, the report would go to council, and once council has declared the local state of disaster, it will then be taken to the provincial structures for their own assessment. If a province is also declaring a provincial state of disaster, it will be taken to national for them to also assess. But at this stage, like I'm saying, it's still early days. The main obstructions were observed on Tuesday. So once we meet on Monday, we'll have a way forward.
Zimkhita, thank you very much for that. Zimkhita Macingwane is spokesperson for the OR Tambo District Municipality in the Eastern Cape, where they too are dealing with the impact of flooding. One boy, a 10-year-old, drowned while trying to cross a river.